Abu Mazen appears in the Torah. That's the head of Patach. And we see very, very interesting things about him, as we will know, with whom we are dealing. Now, as we know quite well about Abu Mazen, who declares that he wants all the prisoners, the terrorists, to be released. He will not do agreement without this, because, as he said, they are the heroes of the Palestinians, and they are holy, and they have to be released. So, terrorists, terrible, cruel people who murder in cold blood Jewish people, for him, are heroes. Even streets in his place, he calls in the name of those suiciders. So we see quite well that this Abu Mazen, who got his doctorate for denying the Holocaust, he has all the signs of Amalek. As the Zohar says, anybody who wants to destroy Israel, to harm Israel, he belongs to the Amalekite. So let us see where he appears in the Torah and how statistical are those findings. So this is the table, and the table was done by Professor Haralick, known to be one of the top scientists in the world. He's distinguished lecturer in computer science in New York University. He was the chairman, international chairman, of the pattern recognition and image processing. He was inspector of NASA, became Baal Shuvah, and we deal with him, we work together with the codes. So he is doing all these codes, checking them, see how statistical they are, and as we see now, what are those tables that we found about Abu Mazen. So here you can see Abu Mazen, Aleph Bet Vav Mem Aleph Zayin Nun, Abu Mazen, full name, and then you can see also that the letter of Abu Mazen is Amalek, sharing the letter Amalek. Now, all this was found, as you can see, in the book of Deuteronomy, the 5th book. 22 is a chapter and the verse. Now, it goes from 22 till 28, Abu Mazen, in this part of Deuteronomy, and the statistic is very high, 5 to 10,000. The cylinder in every line is 1215, 1215, letters between letter to letter, ELS. Now, this was found by me, Rabbi Glazerson, you see, and it was arranged by Professor Robert Haralick, and statistically very, very high. Now, what more he found in this place? So, this is what he found. This is the second thing he found, and this is a table which has more words, and telling us more about Abu Mazen. You have here Abu Mazen Amalek, but here came next to it, came the word Ha'oyev, the enemy. Now we know quite well that the expression Oyev, enemy in Hebrew, refers mainly to the Arabs, to Ishmael, while Soneh to Edom, this Rabbeinu Bechai says. Because Oyev represents very, very cruel enemy, which really is based on the word Oy, wow, yeah. And this is what Bilam saw in future, in the end of time. He says, Oy mi ichye misumokel, who will live in the times the two nations with the name Kel in them will fight one with the other. So here you have Abu Mazen with Amalek, as we said, a very cruel person. And here you have Oyev, and you have the enemy. Now, in the Kabbalah and in the Zohar, you find always the Amalek with the word Kelev. There is mystical explanation why the dog is represent Amalek. Interesting things the Zohar says, as the dog bark, have, you always want to get more and more, never satisfied. As we see here also, what you give to the Palestinians are never satisfied, yeah, like the dog, never satisfied, have. Also the dog goes always in front, he's very proud, very haughty. So, this is exactly the nature of Amalek, and we see it also in this leader. Now, let us carry on and see what is the other table, which Professor Haralick found, and this is the table, which is, as we see now, with more words, and more words which also have more important teaching in it. Now what you have here again Abu Mazen, Amalek, Caleb, and this end, in the end of the table you have the expression Be'apo u'bechamato, is in anger, wrath and anger. Now why it is so important? Because those two powers, wrath and anger, Moses was very frightened with them because they are very dangerous and they represent evil forces to do with Edom and Ishmael. And when we have this expression, it shows that we really have to rectify our deeds, because we know quite well that the reason Amalek attacks Israel and causes them troubles is because Jews don't keep mitzvot properly, don't keep Torah. Like the Torah says, Amalek came to attack Israel, the Jews, by Refidim, because they were loose in Torah and mitzvot. And this is a danger of Chas v'Shalom destruction over the Jews. So when Apo Hamato appears, it means that we are in great danger because of these forces of Amalek, and we have to do tshuva. And you can see here clearly also the words Le'ashmid etchem. This is what really they want. They say clearly, especially the Hamas, say they want to destroy them. They want to destroy Israel. And in the Patach also, before the end is part of it, they don't want to recognize Israel. Le'ashmid etchem. So, very important table that we see here, all appears in the same place like we saw before in Deuteronomy, and telling us that we are in great danger from this leader. By the way, the Gimatria of Abu Mazen with the Kolel is Hamas 108, which also shows some connection between him and the Hamas. And this is really what we have to do, to keep Torah and mitzvot, and then we'll be saved from all these problems. No politics, nothing will help, only doing tshuva.